Hey there, toy collector friends and Bat fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, and today we are looking at another entry into the Batman Automobilia collection released over a period of 2 or 3 years, I think, by Hero Collector and Eagle Moss in the dim distant past. Today's entry is perhaps not one of the most inspiring of the entries, but we are looking at all of them over time, and so we do have to take the slightly less good with the more outstanding. So today's entry is again from the movie Batman and Robin, and it is Robin's own mode of transport, the Redbird. So let's get it up and in hand. Now obviously, as those of you who are familiar with the channel will be aware, I will be taking the crystal case off. We will be looking at this much more up close and personal, but in the first instance I just want to have a nice look at it in the display box, so you can see it without my clumsy fingers getting in the way, and I'll give you as best of a 360 as I can. Obviously that is limited by the lenticular backdrop, which I shall be looking at in a second. So yeah, there's not a huge amount to see on this one, so you don't have to buckle up for a particularly lengthy video. You'll be pleased to hear, and if you are pleased to hear it, then why not drop a like to the video whilst I'm faffing trying to get the lid off. And whilst you're here, it would be fantastic if you could also do a like. Sorry, I've just asked you to do a like. I meant drop a subscription to the channel, because that would really help me reach my next subscriber milestone, which would be fantastic. But if you can't, don't worry. I'm just glad you're here for the duration. So this is the lenticular, put my own teeth in, backdrop for this particular one. And even that doesn't, it's not one of the greatest, let's be honest. You've got the Robin signal, and it just all looks a bit faded. It's not, because it's been kept out of, I don't have it in direct sunlight. But it just doesn't, there's not much going on. You can still see a little bit of the 3D-esqueness behind it there, but it's not a winner, is it? It certainly isn't one of the better ones that we've seen so far, and indeed of the ones to come. So we'll put that to one side and take a look at the main attraction itself. I'll zoom in a little bit more before picking it up. I would say it is I think, I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast per se. I used to have one, but I'm not an enthusiast per se, nor am I an aficionado when it comes to the accuracy of this to the screen. So if anyone has any observations on that, as ever, please feel free to say so in the comments down below. Your thoughts are super welcome. But it does have some nice detailing. For what it is, for what it is, it has some nice detailing. So let's get it up close. You can see there that it's held in place with a very, very clear and well screwed in base that is mirrored there, so you can see it's quite secure. It's not going to fall out as we play with it and turn it around. It's not a toy, obviously, so I wouldn't recommend playing with it. It feels very fragile. It's not one of the ones that we've seen in the past which feels quite robust. It does not. I'm just going to check if the tyres, no, everything about it's not got rubber tyres or anything like that, so they definitely won't rotate. But there is some lovely detailing on the hubcap there. It's nicely sort of chromed up. I don't know if I'd call it vac metal, but it certainly has that element to it. We can see some of the lovely molded in detail there around the engine parts and other equipment. The exhausts are nicely chromed up there. There's a translucent red plastic for the rear light. That lovely red detailing on the sort of reverse element of the motorcycle. You do have more detailing there. You can see it on this side. Can we see it on this side? We cannot. Now this is really interesting. So this is the way it's presented, as you can see. Batman and Robin movie Redbird. So it's boom. It's supposed to look like that. But if you look at that front wheel, on this side, there are Robin insignia around the hubcap, around the trim. Can you see that? Look at that. Now, why on earth does that only feature on this side and not feature on the display side? Folks, if you know the answer to that, please drop it into the comments below, because that to me is bonkers. You know what? I've never noticed that before. So I think that's absolutely bonkers. Wow. Anyway, a couple of other details I want to mention. You can see the separate seat insert there, which looks like it's a different type of plastic, but it gives it that sort of leathery look. There is a translucent plastic insert for the front light. We have the pedals either side here, and they are shaped as either side of I would say more like either side of the bat symbol, which is nice because it also sort of overlays with where the Robin symbol is. And if you've seen the film, then you know that the logo for the film is Robin's insignia inside, or overlaid on Batman's insignia. So that's a bit neat. I don't know if that's an intention, or I'm looking at it. I'm looking more deeply into that than I expected to, but I think that's quite a neat touch. And again, we have some detailing on the dash, the limited dash there, with the handlebars, and you can see the painted edges, so that it's got handles, got the brakes. So the level of detailing is really nice on what is otherwise a very simplistic product. I am bamboozled and baffled by the Robin insignia only appearing on one side. So if you know anything about that, is it a mistake in the mold? Is it deliberate? Is that how it was in the film? I don't know. Might have to go and check now. I had no idea I was going to uncover that particular mystery today. Gosh. So let me know down below. There are some other bat bikes in the collection, which I will get to, as well as some other peculiar modes of transport, as well as a whole flurry of villainous transport, which we will also cover. But what I would like to know in the comments down below, or message me on Instagram, as some people do, or on X or Twitter at the Time Travelling Toy Collector, is there a particular bat vehicle or Batman Automobilia entry that you would like me to showcase that I haven't yet done? Let me know in the comments below, and I can adjust my planned order. I mean, it's a very loose plan, but I can adjust it to bring forward anything that anyone has a particular penchant for wanting to have a look at. By all means, just let me know. Thank you for spending the last 8 or so minutes with me. It's been a pleasure. Again, if you could like the video, that would be great, along with a free subscription as well, just so you never miss a future video. And again, you're not obligated to watch everything that gets put out. It just really selfishly helps me get to my next personal goal of a subscriber milestone. And so that would be much appreciated. But as I said before, and I meant it, I'm just glad that you're here. So if you don't fancy subscribing, that's fine. Just pop back when you fancy it, and there'll be bound to be something, I hope, that catches your eye and tickles your fancy. Until then, I have been the Triple TC, that's the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a wonderful audience, and this has been the Redbird from the movie Batman and Robin, which featured, I believe if my memory serves, George Clooney as Batman and Chris O'Donnell as Robin, who sat astride this throbbing machine. Anyway, I shall see you all in the future. You take care, and just remember that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Bye-bye for now.